up the street, dig up the town, dig up the highway. Find a little place we'd like to meet. Oil and gas move around your feet. They say without it you still depend. Now they're gonna change nothing. That's what you say you want this life to end. Oil and gas is no friend. It's in your bones and your meat. That's what you say you want this life to end. Oil and gas is no friend. It's in your bones and your meat. Everything depends on spending. Everything on them depending. Dig up the town, dig up the highway. Everything depends on spending. Everything on them depending. Dig up the town, dig up the highway. It's to make sure you can do. All that fear is about the impact life is having only load you. It's to make sure you can do. All that fear is about the impact life is having only load you. Well, the package arrived from the other side of the world. You know it makes life a little easy. There's another billion leach the water. There's a mountain of waste you did not order. Say those guilty reasons, you see the truth. That's not my way. I think it's so easy. Maybe we should value what we got. You say it's better to have than be a weird have-not. You know, everything depends on spending. Everything on them depending. Everything depends on spending. Everything on them depending. Dig up the street, dig up the town, dig up the highway. Find a little place we'd like to meet. Oil and gas.